Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kat Y and I love to chat all things regarding emotions and transforming emotions within the human experience. Today I've come here to chat about rejection. It has come up quite prominently in my life for the past couple of weeks. Rejection is something that we all deal with. There's always an element of rejection in everything that we do. Depends on how much you feel it or not. And I thought I'd done a pretty good job in my later years to kind of transform any feelings I had of rejection and building up my confidence and making YouTube videos. But yeah, recently I've been applying for work and I haven't had to apply for work for the past 9 years. I was self-employed for 8 years and I've taken the past 12 months off. And there was this huge resistance within me to applying for work. And it was just basic work of like admin and customer service. But you know, each time I was at the computer typing away, I just felt gross, like applying for this work. And I just knew that there was this disconnection going on, and I couldn't quite work out why the disconnection felt so strong. So I decided to go get some spiritual healing. And working with the healer, she was like, yeah, your feelings of rejection are so deep-seated and old that you've actually built a life up around you where you're actively rejecting the world subconsciously. So that was quite an eye-opener. And it kind of made a lot of sense of how I am very quick to abandon things, to run away from things, to put my guard up, and just as a means of protecting myself from rejection. You know, how many missed opportunities I've had over the years where I didn't push myself to get that better job or get that bigger sales client, or you know, date men who are more in my league. You know, I was always half-assing things, or not half-assing things, but more like settling for less because I thought it was always safer options, that, you know, these people, these things need me more than I need them. So therefore, you know, there's no risk of rejection, right? I'm going to come out on top. And it was far from the truth at all. I did not come out on top. I was suffering inside because I haven't been hanging out with the people I need to be hanging out with. I wasn't dating the people I was, you know, who could nourish me the way I needed to be nourished and push me to grow as a human being. And I was definitely in jobs that didn't appreciate me and were threatened by me. You know, they would ask for promotions, or I would suggest improvements to the working day, and I'll be pretty much ignored. So, which just adds further to the rejection, right? And before you know it, you kind of dig yourself this big rejection hole, which I'd found myself in, and it was quite deep, and the walls were quite high. And so when the spiritual healer kind of brought this to my attention, I was just like, okay, we've got to excavate this hole. We've got to start digging up instead of start digging down. I feel like I had reached my rock bottom of rejection, because there was this innate loneliness that I was feeling inside, that you know, I wasn't connecting with anything because I wasn't at the same vibration at everything. It was like being at a higher vibration and trying to hang out with everything on a lower vibration. There was this disconnect, and I was rejecting the world. Like, I was just like, none of this makes sense. None of this feels good. I don't wake up feeling privileged to live, kind of thing. I was always happy and optimistic and start every day with gusto, but it was just like, I don't get this world. I'm just floating. I'm constantly floating. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. I'm definitely got fire in my belly, and definitely a person who likes to take action um, on their emotions. So, now that I had clearly recognized what had happened to me from a young age as well, like, I remember the memory. As soon as the healer was chatting to me about it, she was like, oh, something kind of happened at a young age where you kind of lost your confidence. And there was an accumulation of things, but there was definitely an era of feeling left out and rejected by the world and being teased for playing big. And so for then onwards, I played small. I didn't want people to feel uncomfortable around me or jealous around me and so forth. So there was a point in my childhood where I decided to play small and less intimidating. So the process of recovering from this conundrum that I kind of got myself into was, forgiving that little girl. And I actually have this image of me in that moment at that time, and I'm wearing this outfit which I was so proud of, and I actually found a photo of me in this outfit which was perfect, because every morning I've stuck her up next to my bedroom window, next to my bed, sorry. And every morning I wake up and I'm like, yeah, we've got this today. I do a little prayer of forgiveness, tell her that I love her and I support her, and we're going to make this happen. We're going to make wrongs right, and we're going to be that confident person again, who didn't know rejection existed until it came, smacked her in the face. So yeah, after I did a lot of forgiveness with my little inner child, my little inner Catherine. Then it was just time to kind of step up in the physical world, in my today current physical world. So I've been applying for all these different types of jobs, which above what I was originally applying for in wage wise, and getting myself back in front of customers again. Like, I was applying for jobs that are all like kind of behind the scenes and kind of had me tucked away, out of sight, out of mind. So now I'm like, no, like, I need to be in for customers' face. I work best when I'm chatting to people. I love to chat. So, I want to be part of a community, be part of a place where I have constant same customers coming in, interacting with me, just being part of each other's lives. I've also thrown myself into extracurricular activities. I'm actually starting a African drumming class tonight, so I'll let you know how that goes. I'm sure it'll be fun. I'm not rhythmically inclined, but it's just the point of being in a high energy kind of space. There's a breathwork class that runs every month that I avoid. I know it's good for me and I've been avoiding it, so signing up for that. I've signed up for community groups where we go bushwalking on the weekends. So I've been asking for help. I think that's like, I can't stress that enough, like how important it is to ask for help. And you have to be ready to ask for help. But once you do, the whole world is ready to kind of embrace you and catch you and, steer you back in the right direction. It's been a beautiful experience, and I haven't yet experienced the big breakthrough where like the better opportunities are going to come my way, but I'm sure they are. I feel like it's like a big champagne bottle, and as soon as kind of all the pressure in the champagne bottle, and as soon as I flick the cork, it's just going to, and my life will start doing a 180, which will be well overdue. I think just spending the past 12 months trying to be disciplined and keep to myself and block everyone out so I can listen to myself. In one sense, it was really good. But then on the other sense, I didn't realize where that intention was actually coming from, and it was coming from a real place of toxicity. So now let's course correct it. Let's balance everything out. So it's good to have time apart, meditation, so you can tap into your inner self and check in constantly and make sure you're not heavily influenced by others. But, we need to co-create in this world. I mean, we'll put on this world to, a male and female, like co-create. Like you can't do one without the other. You can't make a baby just by yourself. You need two people. You need a male and a female. And that's the other thing as well. I've started dating again. After a 6-month hiatus, I've started dating again, and I'm actually trying to push myself to date more confident and more dominant men as well. So that will be interesting, of letting my guard down and do a bit of surrendering, not trying to be so controlling of the whole situation. So yeah, so wish me luck on this new venture, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate, and I hope this is inspirational to a lot of you. Loneliness is definitely an epidemic going on in this world. As much as I feel it internally, I feel it in the collective as well. So let's all make the step together, and let's start connecting. With that, a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, I wrote a poem about loneliness, and it's never been more prominent. There was lots of resistance writing it because I think I was still in denial. But then I was going to write 2 parts. So I was going to write a loneliness poem and then a loneliness evolved, because I felt like I wanted to write the loneliness evolved one more than the loneliness. But when it came to it, the loneliness one flowed out of me quite easily, and the loneliness evolved one is still stuck on my desktop, half done. So obviously, ego aside, like the loneliness part was right on par. So anyway, I'll read it for you. Okay. It is rare for one to choose to be so isolated. There are people everywhere, only meters away, barricaded in their boxes, guarded in their prisons of fear, wanting to be left alone, wanting to be left out of drama, wanting to be left out of judgment. Isolation has become a new way of life, the easy way out than facing my fears. To let someone in is to let complication in, judgment, disapproval, and burdens. I don't need that from another. I have that all myself. Instead, I replace people with things, shiny possessions that fill my void, delicious cuisine that fulfills my pleasure, strenuous exercise to exhaust me at night, to prove to you that I'm doing great in the world, to prove to you that I'm not in need of your concern. But loneliness is a sneaky thing, creeping in at your lowest moment, reminding you that your life is empty, that your soul lacks communication, that your soul lacks connection, that your soul lacks completion. So, yeah, a great poem that takes you on the journey of realization how do I say this? It's of the hole that we dig for ourselves, really. It's like you think you're okay, you tell yourself you're okay, but before you know it, you're like, yeah, my life is unfulfilled. And not that you need other people to fulfill your life, but we are creatures that bond and pack together, and we're not meant to do this all alone. So people don't complete us, but we are meant to co-create with each other. Yeah, so that's it for about loneliness. Rejection and loneliness hybrid together. And yeah, wish me luck on this journey. I'm actually, not only I'm doing African drumming classes tonight, but on Thursday I've enrolled myself into a poetry competition. So fingers crossed with that. I'm really kind of throwing myself in the deep end because, you just have to. I need a circuit breaker. I need a definite circuit breaker, and you know, I'm not going to love everything that I've signed up for and I'm doing, but you know, fuck it, I don't want my life to stay the same course that it's currently on. So I'll be reporting back with hopefully a lot of different changes, and yeah, thank you for listening. Stay safe, and you know, keep on loving out there, and ciao for now.